Yes, then.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. So we can check on the market. We can check on the market. So this is the analysis we had on Sunday. We had this analysis on Sunday. We expected the market to drop to this zone, but it failed. It went up first. The market bought to 42.64. That was yesterday, and then the market formed the chart pattern of a double top. Actually, I did not see the double top. I've seen it just a few minutes ago. I had not seen that pattern. We had this double top, and this is now the one which has pushed the market this far. And you can see after the market hit the first zone here, the market pulled back to retest on the neckline of the double top. So I'll expect further sales to now come to this zone, the 41.65 level. That's I can expect. Um, I can expect the market to come to that zone. So I can expect further sales on this to this zone. But let's just do a fresh analysis. Let's do a fresh analysis and see what we can expect from gold. Uh, let's do a fresh analysis. So I'll use a different one. Let me use Oanda, but mostly I like using the forex.com. So welcome, Alice. So let's
Thank you.
right. So we are doing a fresh analysis on gold and see what the market is going to tell us today. So now, coming to weekly time frame. On weekly time frame,
Okay.
yeah, all right. So when you check on weekly time frame, what the market has done, it has taken out the high of last week, and it gave us a new high around 42.60 what, 42.64.65. That was yesterday, and slightly above where the market reversed, or exactly, yeah, it's just slightly above. We have had a very strong resistance zone there. That was around 42.70, and when you check, this is the last week's low, and then we have a very strong or a point of interest over here. We have a point of interest over there, which we are going to be keeping a watch on that, this zone between 41.40 to 40.60. If the market comes to this level, we are going to be very happy, because if this market drops to this zone, it's going to give us a very good buy entry, which we can hold till February maybe. Yeah, that can take us to above 4,500, but that's long term. So let's focus on getting today's trades. So you can see this is what the market has done. That is, yesterday the market went up, dropped, so there's nothing much to do there on the weekly time frame. Now, coming to daily time frame, you can see the market on gold is trying to form an uptrend. The market is forming an uptrend. That is on the daily time frame. So you can see we have two touches. You have the first touch over there. You have the second one over there. That is on the resistance. On the support, we have one. We have two as well. So if this market can decide to drop further and give us a third touch here, it's going to be a very good and interesting point, because it's a very strong demand zone over here. So if the market comes to this, we can be very happy and take very long buys which we can swing. Again, now before the market comes to that, if you zoom your chart, you are going to see that on daily time frame, we have another order block and a point of interest. For those who are trading, for those who are into trading right now, you can take a sell. You can just enter a sell as we continue to analyze. That is at 42.13. 42.13. The market is headed to 42 what? 42.13.5 stop loss 13 plus 50, stop loss at 42.18. So let's just continue with the analysis. Let's continue with our analysis. Let's continue with our analysis now. So that is it on the daily time frame, because I can't see anything much on this. There's nothing much on daily time frame. So now let's come to 4-hour time frame. Let's come to 4-hour time frame. Now coming to 4-hour time frame, you can see what happened over here. The market had a very strong drop, went up, and then it formed what? It formed a double bottom, and then it went up. Right? The market respected that pattern very well. Again, if you open your eyes very well on this 4-hour time frame, you will see that the market is trying to form an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Currently, whatever the market is trying to do here, it's a possible excuse me it's a possible right shoulder, and then we can go up further. We already have the left shoulder, we had the double bottom here, and then what the market is now trying to do is a possible what? Is a possible right shoulder, and then we can go up further. Now that is the outlook on the 4-hour time frame. Again, if you look here, we have a very interesting zone over here. We have a very interesting zone over there. So now, since the market is coming down, this is going to be our first zone of interest. This one at around 41.80. This is going to be a very interesting zone, 41.80. This one, and if the market breaks, we come to the 41.60 zone, and then the last zone we have is this one before we look for our long-term buys. Remember, this is December, and in most Decembers, gold is always bullish because there is high demand for things like jewelries and other things which are made of gold. You know, when the demand is high, the supply and also the prices have to try and match. So now coming to 1 hour, on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that the market is it's kind of forming this downtrend. That is on this is 1 hour time frame. This is 1 hour time frame. Let me go back to 4 hour time frame a little bit for something. Now on 4 hour time frame, if you check on the market, well, you can see the market is forming an uptrend, or it's going to be clear on 1 hour. Let me see. We have this uptrend. So we have this uptrend, which is in form of an expanding channel. You can see the channel here was what was thin, and then it continues, is now expanding. It's an expanding channel. Now the London session is on. London session is on, and you can see how the market is behaving, how it's trading. So this is 1 hour time frame. Let's so as you can see on 1 hour time frame, on 1 hour time frame, you can see how the market has been behaving. We have an impulsive move, the strong move towards one side, that is the impulsive move. Then after the impulsive move, we have a correction. We have an impulsive move, and currently what the market is doing is a correction, which I've said we can expect the market to come to this zone or this, and then we can go up. But the first point of interest is going to be the first zone. If the market comes and respects the first zone, well and good, we will be taking buys on that, and we can go up. Again, on the 1 hour time frame, the market formed this double top, which I had not seen, but I've seen it just a few minutes ago. We had this double top, which pushed the market to this level, and then afterwards the market went back and retested the neckline. Market went back and retested the neckline, and also the neckline happens to be the high of last week. This happens to be the high of last week, which the market has retested, meaning it's a very strong resistance. And after seeing that, market forming a double top, retesting on the neckline, that's why I can say I expect the market to drop further to probably this zone first, and then from there we can see how the market behaves. Again, when you have your key levels and the market is coming to them, watch the approach. Is the market impassive, or is the market corrective? If the market comes to your key levels, like this time, we are expecting the market to come to this zone. So if the market comes to this zone in a consolidative manner, the market comes here consolidating, I'll probably take a buy. But if the market comes to this zone impassive with those large candlesticks, I'll expect the market to break and continue going down. Now, let's go to 15 minutes. I would like to show you something interesting. I'd like to show you something interesting on 15. On 15 time frames, sorry, on the 15 minutes time frame, the market had formed a bearish flag in form of a symmetric triangle, which the market broke impassively. The market broke impassively with this strong candlestick, and then after that we have had a correction, and now there is high probability we are going to experience another impassive drop. And also coming to this is what? This is M5. The market has formed a double top at the neckline. Remember, this is the neckline or the high of last week. So this is a very strong supply zone. The market has formed a double top. Then after giving a strong sell, the market came back and retested on the neckline over here. The market retested on the neckline, and now it's coming down. The market is coming down. So let's check on something that is on sessions. Let's see. So this is where we have had our Asian low. This is the Asian low. We have had the Asian low here. Let me just mark it. Yes, that is Asian low. And then we have the Asian eye, and the Asian eye happens to be up there. Let me see it clearly. So the Asian high is where the market went up highest during either Tokyo or Sydney session, and you can see it was during the Sydney session. So this is where we have had the high. This is where we have had the high. That was during the Sydney session. So this is going to be our Asian high. Asian high. So now, I can clear this from the charts so that we can continue. Remove. So you can see the market has dropped and then there's a pullback. So let's just see how it's going to behave. Let's see how it's going to behave. Now, what I can expect is the market to come down, take out the Asian low out, and give us a London low, and then from there we can go to take out the Asian high, and then continue like that. That's what I can expect. That's what I can expect. So let's watch out. Let's watch out and see what happens. Maybe I don't know whether we have anyone with a different view on gold. I don't know if we have anyone with a different view on gold. You can let us know if you have a different view on gold. Just unmute your mic and feel free to speak if you have a different view on gold. For those who had taken the sell, you can just keep holding it and we wait to see. We wait to see what happens. Our entry was at that 42.13.5, so it's around 0 point something now. Let's say 0.5. That is 5 pips loss right now. So let's wait and see how things are going to play out. For those who maybe had not joined and heard about that, you can take the sell right now at 42.14.5. 42.14.5. Stop loss 50 pips. That's going to be at 42.19. 42.19. As we wait and see what happens with this gold. Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question, kindly just unmute your mic and speak. Just unmute your mic and speak. If this market respects well, we are going to have over 250 pips. We are going to have over 250 pips, which is good. If you have any question or any other pair you would like us to have a look on, just unmute your mic and feel free to speak. Just unmute your mic and feel free to speak as we watch what happens with this market. Yeah, nobody with a question? Nobody with a question? And I forgot something. I forgot something. And this should be the first thing I did. Actually, we should have checked on the economic calendar. That is the news. This should have been the first thing I did. But let's have a look on it. CNBC News. We have had a very sharp drop in the market, so I did not know where this drop came from. We had a very sharp drop here. I did not know where this drop came from, so we can try and check whether there is clues. That is on the CNBC If you are into stock market, you can make CNBC your friend. Make this one your friend. It gives a lot of news. Um, You can see if it's about Samsung, you know Samsung is a stock. So if you trade the stock of Samsung and you get this kind of news, you know what to do. Nvidia. Huh. European market set to open flat to lower struggle. Elon Musk. And this might have been the cause of that drop. I don't know. I've not checked on it, but this might be. This might be. How long was it? When was this? That's not a recent news because the drop happened like is it an hour ago, something like that. But in this CNBC, you can have the app or you can use the web. You can get a lot of news. You can get a lot of news which are going to help you. I hope you can see all this. You just need to know how to interpret the news. If the news is negative on the dollar, just know things like gold, it's going to be a positive news for that because investors will now have fear of investing in the dollar and they will opt for safe havens, that is gold, Bitcoin, and other stocks and metals. So let's check on the economic calendar what the market is expecting today. That is on today is on Tuesday. Today is on Tuesday. So today there's nothing much in the financial market in terms of news. Nothing. We have no major news today actually. So today is a good day. Today is a good day. No, those major news. Yeah, so that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't know whether there's anything else we can do. If you have any question, feel free to ask your question. No question, think we can end the session and watch how the market is going to behave. We can end the session and see the behavior of this market. Yeah, the market is still playing around, so let's be patient with it and see what happens. On the 5 minute time frame, you can see this, the market is trying to form an head and shoulders as well. So there are a lot of things confirming ourselves. So let's see if the market is going to honor and respect that. You can see this is what is on the 5 minutes time frame. This is on M5. And something else I would like you guys to understand is about risk management. That is risk to reward ratio. Risk to reward ratio. RR. Risk to reward ratio. So how do you go about this? This one is equivalent to your risk risk. So in this case, if you have your risk as 50 pips and your take profit as 50 pips, that's one one is to 1 R. 1 is to 1 R. If your TP is 100 pips, 100 pips, that's gonna be one 1 is to 2. 1 is to 2 R. And working with 1 is to 2 R, it's very, very good. If you can be making a 2 return 3 times a week, and maybe you lose the 2 times a week, losing you are going to lose. So if it's losing, you have lost 2 days and you are losing 1 R. So that's going to be 2 R. And you made 2 R for 3 days, that's going to be 6 R. So generally, in the entire week, you are going to end profitable with a 4 R, right? And if, like in this case, your 2 R is 100 pips, eh? So by the end of the week, you will have made profit of 400 pips. That's $40 with the least lot size. That is 0.01. That's going to be $40, and it's a good amount. So that's it. That's it from me today. So let's just watch this thing how it goes. Remember, we have had our stop loss of 50 pips, so we just going to watch and see how it plays. I don't know if we have anyone with a question. Anybody with a question? Any question? Any question before we call it a day?